No, I'm asking.
No, you're right. Yeah.
Huh?
Okay.
Yeah. Hey, what's up? What's up? YouTube lit. I gotta put this over though. I get in the thing too. Did you fix your hair, babe?
No, I ain't brushing. I ain't
You
gonna
do
brush it.
nothing, huh? You look good though. As long as I look good, that's what matters. Because I make you look good, don't I?
Yeah.
I look cute tonight. I should wear this for like a date night. This shirt with the earrings. How do you think?
There we go.
Oh, look. No, I wish you were so sweet off camera. Guys, let's talk realness. We're gonna be so lovey, and then I get off like bye, good night. See you later. I'm like, what happened? You were just kissing me on live. Can I get some of that? Right?
You always can get some of that.
Lies again. I'm gonna start recording him after. I'm gonna start recording him after these lives. But anyways, what's up, you guys?
Happy Monday. We don't own the rights to this music.
What is this?
Lecrae.
Oh, okay. Well, look cute. I like me tonight. Look at that. I cut my hair on my own tonight, y'all. I did it. I snipped some of it myself. I just got the scissors and cut.
Hope y'all having
I'm gonna
a
dye it tomorrow, I think.
wonderful Monday.
Marriage Monday, Money Monday, Mindset Monday, Miracle Monday.
Moving Monday.
Moving.
Moving around, baby. Yeah.
What else? Mint Monday. No, I miss my mint drink, babe.
Yeah.
Can
Yeah,
you
very funny.
can you remind me tomorrow to get some raw organic sugar, please? Because I want my mint drink. You guys, I'm gonna make a reel of how amazing Brandon makes my what is it? Blueberry, raspberry, a whole bunch of berries drinks. It's so amazing. I hope you make it after the baby too. Like I hope it's not just a pregnant thing. Sir. That's a rule. That's a rule.
But listen.
No, I think we should talk about that while we're live, so I can have you recorded on video that you're gonna keep doing it.
Well, I know you know how to make it.
I haven't even tried because you do it so good. Y'all know when your spouse does something so good, you don't even want to try to do it. That's how I feel about that. Right? I'm trying to fix this thing. It's not standing up. It's gonna get on my nerves. But anyways, we don't own the rights to this music. What's up, y'all? We about to just get live and popping. You see the title is talk about marriage and hobbies. My shirt is so cute. Look at my goldfish. Oh, he's coming almost here. Why? What's wrong with it? You feel the fuzziness? I don't. What you got on? Got the cheeks out. No, sir. I'm kidding, y'all. I just like his butt. All right, let's jump right in it. Hobbies and marriage. So I wanted to do this. This kind of came to mind a little while ago because I don't know, it just came to mind. I was getting ready and I was like, oh, who's gonna do something else? But then this popped up and I say, you know what? There's a reason why I heard that. Holy Spirit activate. You already know. So when I talk about this, on one of my posts I put, do you like it? Do you not like it? Is it allowed? Is it not allowed? How do you feel about it? So I look really, really big on this camera over here. I'm not liking it. So I said allowed. I know some people are like allowed. What do you mean is marriage allowed? I mean, hobbies allowed. Some marriages maybe don't agree that certain hobbies might not be appropriate or allowed or decent.
Yes.
How are you feeling?
Feeling good. How my hair looking? Fresh?
Yeah. What did you put? You put something in it?
No, I just brushed it.
Oh, you're peeling.
Oh, from the sun.
You peel so for anything. But anyways, Look, that froze right there.
Don't worry about it. We'll repost it.
So back to the
You
basics.
can exit it. You
Well,
just-
this one's still going.
Which that one? That's the Zoom?
Yeah.
Okay. But
Anyways, we'll just see what happens. So, scoot over, babe. So is it allowed in the sense of, I do agree that I do believe that all marriages, babe, move that one. It's like
Move
all up
which
in
one?
me, that one.
this one?
That one. Yeah. Put some of you in it.
Is that better?
Yeah. I do believe that hobbies are a key point in a marriage. People should have like an extra something.
Some type of extracurricular activity.
And I don't mean a hobby like everyday type of thing. Like there's sometimes Brenda has a hobby that sometimes I be over it and you guys know it. What is it?
What's the
That you
hobby?
love.
For coaching?
Yes. And that's not like, oh, once in a while. That's like every week, every weekend for like 2-3 months, right? Something like that.
About 2 months.
And it's annoying sometimes because there's days that I really don't even want to get into it, but I know he loves it. I know our boys love those certain sports if it's basketball or sometimes you don't really do soccer that much anyways.
Yeah,
Really basketball.
I did it a couple times, but that's because I had to. But
Yeah. So do you guys think hobbies are beneficial? And I'm talking about hobbies separate. That's number one, right? We're gonna get
Right.
into hobbies separate first. Do you guys like them in marriage? Do you guys disagree with them in marriage? Are you guys open to them in marriage? What do you think?
Well,
What
well-
think it gets in the way?
I think it can get in the way because if it's a hobby that you really, really love, that like can turn into an obsession.
Ooh, let's talk about that.
Because, you know, me, I like coaching basketball. When it's basketball season, I'm like
Mhm.
all in. I'm like super like
Engaged.
right?
Like he even
I think
puts me on pause on some things.
yeah, it was. I think this season was kind of bad because even though we won the championship, play it like one game at a time, and
Like
everybody,
smooth, like Mr. Smooth.
yeah, everybody had to jump the gun. But I think where it came into a problem is when we was on vacation.
He was in the shower talking about the plays. Guys, we were trying to have some us time in the shower. Just so okay, listen, something about me. I know it's probably like, what is it, TMI? Too much information. Oh well, too bad you caught us live. I like alone time in the shower with Brandon. And I know some of y'all like thinking the nasty stuff. I don't even talk about. I'm honestly, he knows it. I'm not even talking nasty in the shower. Like we don't even have to do it in the shower, you know? I'm talking like I think that's a real intimate time. Like me and him, we're both vulnerable. I like when I'll put my hands around him and he'll kiss me or, I don't know. To me, it's like a big deal. Like I even tell him now when we're home, like, okay, can I take a shower with you? He's like, no. And it's so I try to sneak it in at least once every
So often.
Yeah, so often. So anyway, so while we were on this trip, it was him and I, no kids, this last trip. And we were in the shower, just, oh, I love you. Cause you know me, I'm like, oh, da, da, da. And he's like, man, I'm just thinking about this play I'm gonna do for the game the next week when I get back. I'm like, are you serious? Like we're all the way in the Caribbean. And he was really serious. So that can cause issues. Cause I was upset. I was like, dude, I'm trying to be all romantic and lovey. I got this belly popping and I'm trying to be like, oh, I love you. And we're naked together. And he's like, "Ooh, what about a play? What do you think about this? I'm like, I'm not thinking about that.
Right.
So that's when it becomes a bad, because now I think that was obsessive.
Yeah, you can be obsessive with it. And it's like, and I know why you can get as obsessive with it, because you get in that zone of your hobby, right? It's something that nobody really has to pay you for, and you just got passionate about it, right?
Oh, speaking about the money, You brought up money. You brought up money. Hey, fam. So with the hobby, how do y'all feel when the hobby becomes costly? Not just your basic, hello, not just your basic, oh, I gotta go buy a basketball, or you need to buy a net or a training thing. No, I'm talking about now you're investing into this hobby. Like now you're in maybe like hundreds, or now you're maybe thousands, depending on the hobby. Like for example, golf. I think because you need to, do you need a membership?
Well, you can get,
Depending on where you live, you might need a membership.
But see, the membership for a golf country club is really to network. You know what I mean? That's what that is all about.
But still, regardless, I'm just saying you might need that. Then the golf things. Then maybe just
the clubs like gonna cost you about $500 to $1,000.
Oh no! See, I didn't know it was that much.
You gonna get good.
I'm thinking like $200.
You're gonna be out there golfing. You ain't gonna be golfing on regular sticks now.
Okay, all right. Then you gotta get the little hat. You might want to look cute in the gloves. But if it's your thing, you're gonna get into it. Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. So now the hobby is costing more, and now for me, it's like now you're taking out of our household because of this thorough hobby that not only are you taking money into, but now you're investing. Because think about it, if you're investing more money, you're investing more time.
So I think.
So how many times a week is a hobby okay?
It's really, see, that's the thing.
Tap in, y'all. I see y'all chiming in.
Listen, you can't really put stipulations. Well, you got to put stipulations on a hobby. And you know why I say this? Because I could relate to, like, I think men take more advantages of hobbies than women do. You might think it's 50-50, but I think men do.
Tell me some men hobbies.
I'll tell you one that really takes you away. And you're lucky that I'm not this type of guy.
The football?
No.
What?
The car hobby.
I don't even like that. I don't even make sense.
Exactly. But it's a hobby.
Tell me what is a hobby with cars?
To trick out your car, to like.
Oh, I thought you meant like your dad, how he watches.
No, NASCAR. I'm talking about like your cousin Kenny, how he builds on the car.
Kenny and Milton.
Yes.
Oh my God.
Like they trick their cars.
Are so, and my cousin actually, he actually wins awards. Oh, he's on. Speaking of him, look, cars.
See? I already know.
Speaking of my cousin, he's on here at the time. What he do? Look at God. And he actually wins. I think. Correct me if I'm wrong, because you actually win. I think like competitions or something with cars. I see him put it up online. Mm-hmm. So that's like a hobby, investing, dedicated time, money. Consistency, more money. I'll be like, no, we're not. Sorry, cuz I don't know how your girlfriend does it, but I'll be like, okay. And then what if the hobby has you traveling?
But see, the thing is if your girl likes the hobby, then it works coincide sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Because like he tricking out his car. She like to ride in a nice.
I'm pretty sure, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? When they go there, but it can get annoying to her at times, you know what I'm saying?
All of the above.
Right, you know what I mean? So she might be like, dang, there goes somebody talk about his car, like, what'd you put on your car to make it do this?
Or the ladies. Oh, that's a nice car. Step away, ma'am. You do not need to be liking my man's car. Thank you. That would be me. I know Eric is fine. I like that, but that would be me. That would be me. So, it just depends. Like, is the hobby jeopardizing your relationship? Like, is it causing friction? Is it causing disagreements? Is it causing arguments? Is it causing you less time with me and more time, let's say, like I said, traveling? Mm-hmm. You're going to competition somewhere else because of the hobby, or you're engaged with people from other towns or other states that do the same hobby. You guys do meetups, or now what if it's weekends? Now you're golfer. You know what I'm saying? Like
now, if you competition in hobbies, you do win money. So you can get, you can get money back from what you invested into, doing competitions.
But certain depends on the hobby.
Certain hobbies. So the thing is like you said, when does this conflict with your relationship?
Because I know one hobby for a lot of women, which I don't know if it's a hobby or they just like it a lot, which is similar, is makeup.
Oh, yes.
Like literally, like not just do your makeup, but like they invest so much, in classes. Why is it doing that? In classes and maybe going to shows, maybe going to shows, maybe um just putting a lot of money into, like, no offense to the ladies if y'all do this, but 15 eyeshadows,
Right.
13 mascaras.
And then they're doing a live YouTube or Instagram, and they're on there for about 45 minutes to an hour.
Amount of time.
Showing how to
So
put it
unless
on.
money's coming through eventually with TikToks and YouTubes,
Yeah,
then maybe, but that can also get a little bit
out of control.
excessive.
Yeah,
And I know it gets expensive.
well, first of all, that's why, you got to have a his and her bathroom when it comes to that, because I don't know where you storing all that
And what
makeup at.
about the wigs?
Oh, that's crazy. That is crazy right there.
Because I don't know if it would be like a hobby or just like an
Oh,
obsession.
it's a hobby. Women dress up wigs and fix wigs and do hair with wigs and all types of stuff. So that's another type of hobby that can really pay attention. But like I said, I think the one thing that really hurts is the guy hobby with the cars, you know what I'm saying? Because you got to take, like, with a guy car, when it comes to hobbies with a guy car, it's not like I can put something on my motor and it's going to take me 45 minutes. Like,
oh, this is a good one. We have a friend like that too. My husband's hobby is collecting expensive sneakers.
Ooh.
No, man. I'm not even done with the comment. That's one of my other cousins.
Ooh.
And anything sports related. My hobby is spinning and doing nails. See, but I think I feel like the sneaker one is just more costly than the spinning. Because sneakers nowadays are $400-$500.
I got two homeboys that are sneaker.
Okay, she said the same thing. My hobbies aren't as expensive, but we agree on it. Okay, well, so that's good. So in their marriage, they have that understanding that even if it is, if she knows, the wife knows that it's an expensive hobby, but she's okay with it. So going on a step further is their communication skills, which she can respond if she's there. Their communication skills when it comes to finances must be open, together, aligned, transparent, because I know for a fact, if you're going to be in a hobby and we're struggling with something in finances, or you're cutting out of our dates, taking me to Longhorn instead of a nice steak restaurant, but you buying a whole $1,000 shoes, or adding up sneakers or whatever, I'm gonna be upset. But that's just me. She said, girl, we stopped arguing over this. Okay, so see, that's what I would see. So okay, so that's my other cousin. She's saying it gets to the point, and then we have another girlfriend like that, and it's sneakers too. Yeah. So that's the funny part. It gets to the point that the wife, you just stop arguing because it's like, what else? Right. But I know, and everyone's different. I know that if it were to be jeopardizing, well, I think for me, if I just leave the argument alone and, the hobby's happening and happening, it's whatever. But if it starts jeopardizing or like causing harm in our marriage, then we would be like, yo, you need have a discussion. You need what is that called when you go to help? Intervention. You need an intervention. Yes. Absolutely. He used to hide the sneakers from me, but we agree his hobby can't cut into our time. Or see, there you go. So they have an agreement with date time, their time. So I'm assuming as the husband, since they have this agreement, they probably came to a conclusion where, or maybe him, okay, if I'm getting these sneakers this week, I got to make sure wifey, I'm doing all these things. Yes. So I don't hear her mouth. Yes. In other words, versus we about to fight and I'm going to do what I want. Oh, well. So that's a good one. I didn't think about it. I forgot about the sneaker one. My homeboy, I know he got like sneakers and he got them like they're like customized. Yeah, they're like. Are you talking about the same person?
Probably no, two people.
Okay, because our
One
other
is customized.
they customize theirs.
But
Like,
then the other one, he just keeps his like in a vault. Like I'm not wearing these, and he's not flipping them either.
so wait,
yet.
that's a question. So let me ask you, fam, if you're still on. So if the hobby is buying the expensive sneakers, the question is, what are you doing with them? Are you just collecting them to save them? Are you collecting and
Flipping them.
flipping and making money? Or like an investment kind of thing?
Right.
Or like, are you wearing them every once in a while? Or like, nah. I need to know. Because I'll be upset. I'm not gonna lie. I'll be mad. Like, babe, you just spent, I don't know, $400 on these sneakers and you're not even wearing them?
Yeah.
Like, at least for a nice date night or something. Right? Or just walk around naked with them shit. Something.
So it's. I think it's an investment. Majority of people that collect sneakers, I think that's an investment, and they wait a couple years to get a good return on them. It's something like that. You know what I mean? It's a lot of different hobbies.
Oh, okay, so collecting and wear them. Okay, so both.
Yeah.
No investment. Okay.
Yeah. So
you never know. Down the line, he might find out, okay, these bad boys are worth the stack. I'm about to resell.
So do you encourage the hobby?
Wait, do you have a hobby besides coaching?
Not like that. Like I used to have a hobby when I was younger.
I remember Brandon used to be on video games.
I used to be on video games.
That's not a hobby though.
But my hobby used to be really collecting basketball.
She said he's not selling shit.
Yeah. My hobby used to be basketball cards when I was younger. And when I lost my big collection, I was like, I'm done with it. Would you call traveling a hobby?
I think that's all. I think that's ours. I think that's like our obsession. I think that's the thing with me and Brandon. And this goes to the next part. You said encouragement, but the next part is, or the next thing I thought about is hobbies as a couple.
Right.
But going back to the time, how often is the hobby okay?
I think that's a discussion you have to have, and you have to have a common ground on that right there, like when it's allowed. You get what I'm saying? Or it's something that really has to be scheduled. You get what I'm saying? And especially like if you got car hobbies, you like, all right, babe, this Saturday, I'm gonna be in the garage for 2 hours. Okay.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Or like, if you do computer
or
work,
like next week I'm gonna be at this competition or something.
Yeah. You have to really schedule that into, what I'm saying? That's one of them things when you ask, hey, what do we got going on this weekend?
No, I think there's more in advance. Forget a weekend this weekend.
I'm just saying.
Like let's put the calendar up.
Yeah, right.
You're not about to surprise me this weekend.
No, but like, what I'm saying? I'm just getting in advance. Like, okay, what do we got going on? And do you have anything going on with the kids or whatever?
What about, I just thought of one. Is this a hobby when you have season tickets to games and you go to every game? Would you consider that like an obsessive kind of?
See, some things can turn from a hobby to an obligation. Like if you bought like some season tickets and you paid 30 grand or 20 grand for it, yes, I'm going in pretty much every game. You know what I'm saying? That's gonna be, you know what I'm saying? But far as hobby is something really that, like I said, something that you're passionate about, that nobody has to really pay you for, that you enjoy doing. Right?
So what is me? I think it is travel.
Yeah. So you enjoy traveling and going to different places and stuff like that. You know what I mean? But it's a lot of different hobbies out there. And the thing is, this is what it is. Are you encouraging them in their hobby?
Yeah.
And the reason why I'm asking you this, are you encouraging them? Because the only way you can really start encouraging somebody in their hobby, if it starts really being a beneficial to the person and to their life,
like self-care.
Yeah. So, and that can alleviate stress. Somebody might do a hobby just to,
Oh, what about the gym rat?
That's good. See, the gym hobby.
No, but that's not good.
But listen, that's a good hobby because one, it's a stress reliever for that person.
But it depends how much.
You're right. And it's also keeping them in shape and they're working on their tempo.
What about that person that has to work out 2 times a day?
Now, see that if you competing, I feel you. You know what I'm saying? But I feel that if you just want to stay in shape and do that hobby and work out, then that's a different thing. You know what I'm saying? But that type of hobby is a good hobby. You know what I mean? Because they're looking good for their spouse.
Yeah, but
they're not. I bet majority of the time
they're probably eating healthy.
They're eating healthy. They're probably not as argumentative because they don't use all their energy at the gym. You know what I'm saying? That's one good thing. And they're having fun, making sure that they.
I think it can get obsessive though.
Yes, it can.
I think it can get obsessive.
But it can be great because if your partner has the same hobby, that's something that
it's different.
Y'all work together. And this is one thing about a hobby when you have a hobby together. When you spend more time together sharing an activity, and then when it builds up to a goodwill, right? Mm-hmm. So if you spend time doing an activity together, a hobby, it builds up to goodwill.
I know that if you're both gym addicts, I bet you get real nasty.
You silly. I knew he was going there.
I know, you know it.
So look.
Yes. We both be in the gym.
Well, that's how we first got our first time. We was working out real good, and everything was
Brandon was always on top of me.
So also what happens is it makes it easier for you to tackle the problems in your marriage because y'all working as a team now. It's a hobby, something you like to do. So when problems arise in your marriage, it's like a team building exercise that y'all doing together.
And you're communicating, depending on the hobby, you're talking about more things, you're spending more time together.
Y'all starting to open up to each other. Y'all having more open conversation, right? Mm-hmm. It's more like, you want your best friend, right? Now you're able to talk to your best friend because y'all both like, I like doing this, you like doing that. Then y'all start getting a little creative with whatever y'all doing. That's a hobby. That's how benefit it works together. But going back to like what you're saying is, if it's a hobby that you don't like, that right there can really put a hurt on a marriage.
It really can.
You know what I mean? Because if you don't like me, what?
So some hobbies, I'm trying to look it up. Hiking, backpacking, camping, what is pickleball?
Oh, they have that at the gym. I think it's like with the little racket or something like that. I've seen.
Gardening, crafting, cooking.
Now, let me go to that. For the green thumb people, the gardening can really get addictive, right?
I don't like it.
That consists of a lot of time. It's almost
money. You buy a whole bunch of stuff.
It almost compares to the car building with the guys. When you have a lady that has a green thumb and she's about making her landscape, it's like she's dating.
And when they start talking to the plant. Brandon does this sometimes. Brandon really talks to the plants.
Because they hear you.
He really
they understand
gives them life. He really I noticed. I did notice when Brandon has the plants, because I don't take care of plants. When he has his plants, for the house, I buy them at least. At least I do that, and I put them up maybe. And when he gets to because he waters them and stuff, he'll and cut it and he's a whole nother soul.
I prune my plants. I prune my plants. I water my plants. I move my plants around.
Expensive too, though, especially if you become the gardener.
And I make sure that they're getting enough sunlight each other.
A nest and an egg in it and stuff.
Yeah.
Look, babe.
I didn't really like that though.
I know, but you were like, look. I'm like, that's gross. Look, canoeing, kayaking, running. Running is a huge one too. What else? Bird watching, bookkeeping.
Now go back to bird watching.
Sandcastle, hobby horsing. It's some weird stuff.
No, go back to bird
stamp collecting, coin collecting. Wow.
So listen, bird watching. Okay. So I noticed with a lot of seasoned couples that's up in
Older.
age,
Yeah, that could be together.
they do a lot of bird watching in the morning. And
They
they
walk and do
no,
stuff.
they sit on that's why they build them screening porches or porches, and they have the bird feeders, and they go buy many birds, lots of bird food, just to see the different birds come in the
And
yard,
cages and stuff, little
just to
house.
see different birds come in
I
the
think
yard
that's cute though.
and drink their coffee, and they like it's
You
like
wouldn't like that?
I think that's a good thing. Like
Yeah,
that's
it's
like almost
cute.
like a meditation.
Yeah, I think it's
And
cute.
at an older age, like you
Yeah, I
hear the
think that's cute.
birds, they wake you up, they're talking to you,
I would like
they're
it. Just clean the
singing.
poop.
I don't think the way you gotta open thing like that. I think
Let's see. Let's go to running. I know a couple runners,
you know some runners that are
and I don't
that's
know
their
how they
hobby.
do it because we're not talking about just running around a lap. We're not talking about just go to the park and let's run. This what's it called? This hobby is the real like the
It's
marathon, the 5K person, I don't even know what they mean.
They love this.
I'm talking about like I have girlfriends that their outfits match,
Yes.
like from their toe to their hair to their shirt, and it's cute. But again, I go back to the cost. And I understand, and I'm not saying, and I'm not even saying like to be funny, like, oh, we gotta be cheap and we don't got no money. I'm not
Mhm.
saying that. But what I'm saying is when it becomes a more and more and more. So when, for example, so when you're having like my cousin said, the expensive sneakers, maybe new ones come out, you're buying those. Maybe this goes with this outfit, maybe you buy those. So now it's becoming a continuous out of like out of pot, like out of our money. Like I don't know. I just find it like I think it should be limits. I think it should be a budget. Like we're sitting down, we're discussing finances, we're doing budgeting. Okay, well, this is left after we done everything else is good. This is my personal opinion. After we got this settled, that settled, savings, this, and that. Okay, this aside is for the hobby. That's what we got. Let's say you got the 500 for the month or 2,000 for the month or whatever. And if that's what you're choosing on your hobby, then I think it should be budgeted at that. It shouldn't be like, I'm just going to do whatever.
So when it comes to hobby, right? And I know where she's going with this, right?
Well,
Does hobby coincide with, and everybody that's on, I want you to kind of maybe just jump in on this, but comment a little bit. Does your hobby, when you're spending money, does it coincide with, I'm gonna say the word, where, what's the word? Here we go. It just left my mind. Where you feel like you owe it to yourself.
entitled.
Entitled, that's it right there. Do hobbies coincide with entitlement?
No, do they not coincide? Because I honestly feel
because
like
you feel like it's your hobby, it's what you like to do.
I work hard.
I work
this,
hard.
I do that.
So now you feel that you're entitled to spend on a certain particular thing that you like or you love, and you feel like you're entitled to that. Is there a sense of entitlement to your hobby?
I think it is.
You get what I'm saying?
I think it is. I think
That was just me right here.
I think it has to do a lot with it because a hobby is something that makes you feel better, which is okay. Something that's self-care, which is okay. But there's a thin line when it comes to obsessive and more than a hobby. And that's when you're starting to feel like, well, I work all week, or I'm doing this, I'm doing that. This releases my stress, or this makes me feel better, or I need to get away from the kids or the husband or the wife, and I'm gonna go do my fishing, my running, my horseback riding, or whatever. But now instead of you being entitled, now you forgot, like you taking time from family, taking time from kids, from your spouse. My biggest thing is if the hobby becomes more priority than your marriage and your husband, mainly, there's a problem.
Right.
Like if we're not having dates, we're not communicating, or we barely go on a trip, or we're not doing weekends as a family because
We're not doing date night.
or date nights. We're not doing weekends. We're not doing kids events, or if we're empty nesters, we're not doing more together. But I'm always taking time out for my hobby. There's a problem. Ooh, there's a problem because now you're using this as a scapegoat.
And like I said, so now you putting this money to the side, right? Now you're not flipping this money,
Right.
but it's something that makes you feel good when you buy it,
Exactly.
when you spend it, right?
Yep.
Is that a sense of entitlement?
Yeah, I think so.
You know what I
Some
mean?
people might not. Some people might say, well, I just love my hobby, makes me feel good. But then that's when you think about it. If that's all you can say, it makes me feel good. It's good for my self-care, for my
So
health.
this is the thing, right? I like to mess with people in these hobbies, right? Because
Cooking, baking.
yes. So certain hobbies you can probably continue to do for the rest of your life, and certain hobbies you can't. So say something
What
happened.
happens if you can't deck your car out?
Yeah.
You're getting too old, you can't drive.
Yes. So what happens when now you
Pick up
can't
another hobby.
you can't deck your car out with the hobby, you know what I'm saying? Now what are you doing with that stuff? You know what I'm saying? What are you doing with that stuff, right? Now you know, the doctor just say, hey, you can't do the running no more.
You can't ride horses.
You can't, you know, they said no, you need it, you can't do this. You're not gonna be able to walk and keep running like this.
Yeah.
Like, so now how do you transfer that hobby that you love so much, that you were so passionate about?
I think there's other ways around it. There's other ways around it. Like, for example, I know one of my girlfriends, her hobby is running. And one weekend, instead of running, she volunteered and helped those that ran.
Yeah.
So she didn't have to rush, but she helped.
Okay.
So that was her way of, I love running, but I'm changing it.
I'm gonna change it around.
Yeah.
Or, you know, or mentoring somebody that, you know, you can't do the hobby no more. So now you mentor somebody that can do the hobby, right? That's another way that you can change that hobby skill. And that's a way that you're giving back and you're showing somebody something and they learning something.
So let me ask you this then, when you went back to encouragement, what if one of the spouses, like you said, doesn't encourage and is not too happy about it, and you're just still doing it? You're just like, oh, well, this is entitlement comes in, and you're like, well, this is what I like. This is what keeps me sane. I like to paint. I like to take pictures. I like to draw. I like the fishing.
I think that,
and you're just doing it.
I think that's when your spouse got to really understand what do you really like. And like sometimes they might not like it all the way, you know what I'm saying? But that's when you got to figure out
A balance.
What good do I see out of this?
And I think a balance too. Like when it comes to, for example, let's say fishing. You know, you like fishing.
Mhm.
I don't care for fishing. But if you get a nice yacht and you want to go fishing, you could kind of put the yacht for me and we go fishing for you. And I could just be laid out,
Yeah.
you know, and then now it becomes your hobby, but my interest as one to somehow make it fun, not just, and of course, boundaries for you too. Like, I'm not saying just, oh, fish every, you know, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and
Right.
I see you next week. And then that's the marriage. No, because we're going to discuss it. I'm going to, you know, hey, let's put time into us, into the kids. And yes, I know self-care is important. Let's do different things. And then let's also put it together. Like you're the fisher. Okay, cool. Let's go 1 week down to Defton and do some deep fishing like you've done before. Let's go with the kids. Let's do this. But not always, because I do know hobbies are also just for you. Like your own time. You just I don't want people around me. I just want me time. I get it. But if it's a distraction, or if it's like too much in the mix of, like, if you're kind of like using it as a getaway, like if me and you were not getting along and you're like, well, me and my boy are gonna go to the gun range, and that's your thing. That go work on the car every Friday night because you don't want to hang out with me.
Well, now, like I said, it depends on how you use that hobby. Now, if that hobby lets me alleviate some pain or some stress, or, you know, from arguing with you.
Yeah.
Okay. You know what I'm saying?
But then, yes, that's okay. But also, why are we not discussing what's really happening?
What we're discussing what's happening is just right now is a heated moment for me not to discuss. So
Oh, yeah.
I'd rather just, go to my hobby and focus on something that is positive. Then we can come back and talk when I'm calmed down.
Oh, look at this one, home improvement. I can't stand those. I think that might be yours.
I do that.
I think that might be Brandon's, guys, because he did it this weekend. I didn't say nothing. I stayed in the house. He was outside. I was listening to church. I don't know what you was doing, but I was listening to church. He was outside in his song because it was nice. Him and the boys had the music. He was just, I don't even know, because I was just like, whatever. He's in his world. I don't know.
I think cooking is my hobby too.
Cooking and home improvement.
Yeah.
I think so. Sometimes the home improvement gets in the way though. And I'd be like, dude, you're not about to do this a whole day. And we're just sitting here like, hey, or go with the kids and, have them help you build or something. What else, guys? So listen, anything else? Video games, board games, chess, checkers, tennis,
Pool.
That's a our friend has one.
Yes.
Our friend has one.
He loves
his
pool.
Wife didn't really like it too much.
The pool hall is not good.
Because now we're turning it into a lounge. Now we're hanging out. Now we're doing the most, and then you might do the late night.
Or you might be
like a cigar bar.
Yeah, and you might be like a bowling too.
Oh, gosh. So they're out there. It's just how the marriage takes it.
Yeah, because like you could be a good bowler and then you go in the bowl and you're in a bowling league or whatever, and your wife is like, dang, you bowling like you're trying to go pro. What's up? You know what I'm saying?
And you gotta buy the whole equipment, and it just becomes like, for me, I don't really, and I'm not really that much into hobbies, because I just think, for me personally, I feel like it's just doing the most. Like, man, I gotta go buy this, I gotta go buy that. I've been into a couple of things, like I like the books. I like reading into books, but doing the most and obsessive, and I
just think your hobby is traveling.
I just like to, oh man. What else? How do you feel about it? Tonight was an interesting topic. Oh, thrifting. That's the bad one. The shopper.
What about the dancing?
What type of dancing though?
Yeah,
salsa classes.
Like they always got a
pole dancer.
No, not even just that. They gotta always. Some people go to the club not just to turn up, but they really love dancing.
That's my mom.
And you like, yo, you going to the club like every other week.
But some people do classes. They do a lot of Zumba, the salsa dancing classes. Like they pay for different programs. That's another one too.
Yeah, like, and they go to really do the.
Oh, look, travel.
See.
Oh, maybe that is me. I swear we want to be out every time, and it does get costly. So we gotta take it easy. Mountain biking, coffee roasting. Wow, I'm online checking it out, guys. Adult coloring. What is that? Very low cost hobby. Oh, let's see what this is.
Yes.
Best hobby ideas for anyone on a budget looking for a free hobby. All you need is some paper and coloring pencils. Price at your local. So what do? Just draw each other naked or something?
No.
We could try the Titanic.
Drink and sip.
Oh, I like that. But anyway, so that's really much it for tonight. It's good that you can have your hobbies, just not personally make it into a priority. What's up before anything?
It's good to have a hobby that you can do with your spouse. That's number one.
Mm-hmm.
If y'all
also understanding the difference of, because I know some people are going to say, well, the hobby keeps me sane or keeps me, if you have a lot of kids, it keeps you doing something or this and that.
It's a suppression.
Which is understandable, but it's not okay to put that first.
Correct.
And I'm not saying don't put yourself first, don't put self-care first. I'm not saying that, but I am saying that, yes, you take care of yourself, but have a boundary, but your spouse and kids and all that, or family, are first.
Yeah, and they gotta have an understanding.
So I just want to make sure we understand. I'm not saying it's husband, kids, family, you. I'm not saying that. yes, have self-care. You always got to be taken care of to fill up other cups. I get it, but not to the obsessiveness where it's causing arguments, jeopardizing the marriage. We're not first. We're not even, seeing eye to eye. Or every time I come home with my hobby thing, you got an attitude, or you don't like it, or
Right.
what about this? Or what about us? Or so I think that's a big deal.
Right.
What else?
That's pretty much it right there.
Right on time.
I think we got on point with that. Far as just knowing how to run your hobby when it comes to your marriage and not let it take over your marriage, and really talk. And also having that hobby with your spouse, that's a great thing. Second thing is, you might have that hobby with a friend as well, you know what I mean? But like I said, don't let the hobby with your friend overshadow your marriage. You know what I'm saying? Because that can happen too as well.
Yeah. And if so, maybe find a hobby. It can be different for your marriage.
Yes.
Like you might like the fishing and I might like the, let's say, reading club or book club or whatever. We're not into each other's thing, but we come to one on the hobby of travel, or we come to one and you might like to binge on some shows together. That could be like an interest of certain different ways to bring out, hobbies or whatever, or cooking together. I think that's very sexy too sometimes. Brandon got this apron, guys, my mom gave him. I'm gonna do it. I didn't do the video yet. I'm gonna do a video, y'all. Him and his little cook thing. I'm gonna get him a hat. Let me get you a hat. And he be in his zone. I'm like, okay, I need that, like naked and cooking. You don't even gotta cook. And it's just cool because it keeps you, he don't like me in the kitchen though. He don't want me in the way. But still, I just sit and watch.
The kids like it, they feel I'm a super chef.
Okay, so we're gonna go because this guy's getting rough and he don't like how I'm sitting and it's hurting. So thank y'all for chiming in. I'm glad you guys like tonight. So many people hopped on and commented.
This must have been a good topic.
So what we doing? Let's be live and let's talk about what's the aftermath.
I'm gonna hug you and hold you.
I don't want that. I want the rubs and all that. Rubs and the licks and all that. I want the whole shebang. Forget a hole. The hole got me into this situation.
I think her hobby might be sex.
You know what? That might be it. That could be our us. Maybe that's our us hobby. Really?
Yes.
You like it?
Look, chill out.
Lick them lips. Let me see you lick.
No.
Come on, then try a little bit.
Listen, no, go.
Here, take some of my thing.
No, man, come on, chill. We gotta get out of here.
Listen, and if you guys don't agree, just period, like y'all just like we don't do nothing, we're boring two people. Then if y'all cool with it, then y'all cool with it. And if y'all just like to go to work, come home and watch TV and
nobody
whatever,
has no hobby then.
it is what it is. Maybe it's just date nights every other couple of weeks, or just getting some, I don't know. That as long as it's cool for you guys, as long as it works in the marriage, that's what it is, But I do agree that hobbies do kind of bring a little plus. Even if it's just walking together.
Right.
But anyways, thank you guys for chiming in. Let's see what happens on what Wednesday.
Yes.
You should be here. I don't know. We're gonna see. Might have some surprises coming up further in the week. I appreciate y'all.
I'm traveling. I'm not sure yet.
And I'm gonna be home. Ooh.
So I hope this call brought some value to your marriage. And
you don't play something?
Yes, I hope this call brought some value to your marriage. Hope you guys got some type of value, some type of understanding on how your hobbies can affect your marriage or relationship and your lifestyle, right? Mm-hmm. So we just wanted to bring that to the forefront because we noticed that, that can bring a little riffraff into your marriage if you're not managing and handling that the correct and proper way. So we just want to try to bring that to knowledge and just bring that to you guys. So with that said, thank you guys for tuning in. Keep tuning in. Follow us on marriage.p.o.r.n, marriage porn on Instagram. That's pure, open, renew, and navigate. Also follow us on YouTube, The Barkers. We'll also repost this on our YouTube channel. Like and subscribe. I hope again. Share. Somebody might be watching this as well. For that said, it's late. we know it, guys. We're gonna go ahead and pray us out.
Must be 10:30.
Exactly. So we're gonna go ahead and pray us out.
Mhm.
Spirit of the living God, thank you for blessing us with this call today. Thank you for just allowing us to go over the great attributes of hobbies and also the bad things that hobbies can play a part into different marriages. And we just pray that couples and marriages understand how to work through these hobbies and how to understand these hobbies can be helpful in a way of stress reliever, to relax, to benefit their health, their overall lifestyle, but at the same time, they don't want to feel entitled with these hobbies, and they don't want this to overpower the relationship that they have with their spouse. So with that said, Father, I just pray that you put your hand on every marriage and that they can still have their hobbies and understand each other and love each other and work together to help them build through bigger problems. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen.
Amen. And if y'all see the background, I've been getting some gifts online. I mean, in the mail for the baby, some outfits and some cute things. And we just been getting things together because we are in the one digits
Weeks.
of weeks, right? One digit, yeah.
Yeah.
Of weeks. So time is ticking. Next thing you know, we'll be doing a live with a little baby. So cute. I might breastfeed live, y'all. With my boob all out.
I don't know when y'all see the baby. Jim be on some Rihanna and Jay-Z type stuff. You don't see the baby till it's like walking.
Well, in person. Yeah, listen, if you come from a Hispanic background, you know that grandma did not let you come out with the baby after 3 months. And guess what? All my babies have been healthy and amazing. So I'm gonna do it again. So some of y'all, sorry to tell you, in person, if you're in Georgia, you might not get to see my little Fernando till about 3, maybe and a half or so months. So you can drive by and I could lift him up or something, but I don't play that. I don't even think I leave the house.
Yeah.
I go by myself and he stays back with dad or something. I don't play that. Like it's a big rule in our family. That's a big thing.
And it's like everybody got like shower that comes in.
No, I don't play that. Like even his family, I'm like, you're not coming. No, you gotta wait.
We got a shower every
the whole shebang. And God, you want to hold him? Ah, yeah, right. That's not happening. No, because they have that disease when you kiss babies up. No, we're not. No, sorry, not happening. That's why I give the 3 months. Because some people, you see the baby the next day, the whole family comes over and they're all, oh, and then the baby gets sick. We're not doing that. Sorry. That's why my 2 boys are very healthy. Thank you, Jesus, and knock on wood, but no crazy stuff has happened to them. No, this like nothing. So unless you want to change the rule, even if he says that, I'm still not gonna do it. But anyways, all right, thank y'all for chiming in. So love y'all. See you.
All right, good night.